crash out. I'm gonna crash out if I hear the word objective overload one more time. I swear to God. Hey guys, just a quick update. The A through Z is almost done, so come check that out over on Twitch if you haven't seen that yet. This video is just gonna cover all the update stuff of the new dev blog. So make sure you watch it. There's some funny moments in between. But a lot of my insight and what I feel like the game is going to be is what you're going to see. So, don't forget to subscribe here. Go follow me on Twitch, Twitter, all the other YouTubes below. And, yeah, don't forget to like. See y'all after. Bye! Let's just dive into it. Because it seems like there's a lot of big stuff coming.
I'm Andre, also known as Meddler.
What up, Odd Meddler?
October 30th, which is a bit earlier than usual, because we're flying to Worlds soon, and we wanted to film this before we left.
In the past.
This is our last dev update of the year, and before we get into some of the things you'll see in Season 1 2026, we wanted to thank you all for being on the journey with us this year.
As always, we want to show some love for your passion, for keeping us honest,
I want to know more. Come on.
and for making working on this game so worth it. Now, in January, we'll be back to talk more about Season 1, as well as a little bit of what to expect for the rest of 2026 overall. But for now, let's get into it.
Yes.
We learned a lot this year about seasons. Many of you liked what came with the themes, the map art updates, metagames, new champions, and champ updates.
I agree. I think the past seasons were great.
For example. But we also saw that if we leaned too hard into a region, it could feel very one note, especially when it comes to skins.
Yeah, with the Noxus stuff, they went deep into that.
And as it turns out, there is too much of a thing like Noxus.
A lot of red and black.
Yeah.
So, we'll continue to
I
find
like
the
red and
right
black, though.
balance for thematic seasons moving forwards. And speaking of which, it's time to talk about Season 1 of 2026.
Yes!
For
I already know
we
it's
wanted to
Demacia.
contrast from 2025, you know, with its ancient danger.
I
dark
read
end,
something
quite
about
a
it, and I was like,
scheme.
fuck, I don't know. Stop.
So next year, we want to kick things off with themes of unity, hope, and justice.
For
With a drop of
Demacia!
righteous judgment thrown in there for good measure.
So, that means Petra's
Oh, this is cool. Full disclosure, I've never been a big fan of Demacia.
site, gold, and blue accents
Wait. Is the map not changed?
on the map, as well as some Demacia themed
Wait,
skins,
was it-
including some champions reimagined as Demacia.
Wait, does that mean Summoner's Rift's always kind of been in Demacia's region?
Plenty of non-Demacia skins for some variety.
That also means that
Wait, but hold up. It didn't look like anything else changed for Demacia. Like, the map looked the same. Is that just what do we have any more
Yes,
updates on
cinematic in
that?
January will feature Demacian champions. We're going back to old school Demacia this time, back in time to what some might consider the golden age of Demacia, when it was a beacon of hope and a bastion of justice.
Hey, Andre, are we forgetting something?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Nah, yeah, let's keep going. I don't want this to drag on.
What was that about?
Anyway, we have a range of summoners.
Wait, is that it? Wait, no, hold up. What is that about? What are they forgetting? What is this about? Wait, did they forget the map stuff? Because that's what it looks like.
Anyway, we have a range of Summoner's Rift changes that the team will talk about in a moment. And this year, we'll also talk about some updates to Swiftplay. With that, we're going to hand it over to Riot and Step and Freak, who will walk you through some
Talk
of the
to me,
Summoner's
guys.
Rift changes
What are we
coming in
doing?
January.
What are we doing in
Hey
January?
everyone, I'm Riot and Step,
And I'm Freak.
and we're here to talk to you about the Summoner's Rift gameplay changes coming in January.
Over the last few years, League has been largely about team fighting over neutral objectives, fighting around grubs, dragons, or that vision ward you just placed around grubs or dragons.
Which I love, but what are you gonna change?
And while we know 5v5s make for
Might not have done what yet?
some of the highest highs, we want to swing back towards a state where more strategies like splitting or sieging are more viable.
Fuck.
So we're making some changes to major
Wait.
neutral objectives, towers, and minions in order to do just that.
Splitting is coming back? Sieging is coming? Splitting? Why?
Additionally,
I mean, fuck.
we're making adjustments to roles so everyone has an appropriate impact on the outcome of each game, because right now,
What up, Sid?
some lanes are much better at turning a winning lane into a winning game.
We also have some delightful improvements.
That is true. I feel like top lane, for example, suffers. I feel like top lane suffers from that. A lot of the times they can, which I guess if splitting's coming back, they'll feel stronger this season. A lot of tops can, but yeah, I feel like top lane is just a good example of getting ahead and not feeling like they're doing shit.
So let's get started.
The first thing you'll notice in January is that the game starts faster. We want to reduce downtime after you load in, so minions and basic jungle camps first spawn 35 seconds earlier than they do today.
45 seconds earlier? That would only give you 45 seconds to do something on the map. Yeah, you would have to fucking, like, know you were invading. You don't get to play around anymore. You don't get to fuck around. You have to, like, if you're gonna invade, you go. Holy shit.
You'll still be able to pull off early invades, but you'll have to be much more decisive when you load in.
Okay, well, that...
We're also making some changes to vision. It's an incredibly powerful tool in League, but right now it feels monopolized by supports and sometimes by junglers.
Fair.
We want to make effectively warding the map easier to learn for everyone, and give more opportunities and power towards drops by pushing champions, especially mid and top laners who are side laning later in the game.
So, we're adding Phaelites, locations that grant temporary bonus vision to wards with unique bonus vision areas for each spot. Some Phaelite rings will be available at the beginning of each game, while others reveal themselves when the Elemental Rift transforms, particularly those that would otherwise disrupt early game jungle.
Okay, so on to the...
I don't like that. I love it as a learning tool. I love it that you're trying to help people understand where vision might be useful. But does that not seem a little too simple? A little too simplified? Because people are going to... I guess that does add skill expression because now you have to know where or why you're putting it there. If there's enough Phaelites to give options, maybe, I don't know. Well, I had to see them in game. Maybe you put, okay, you know what? I'll wait till I see it in game before I really start harping on it because, I mean, I might like it. The fact that they don't want to disrupt jungle is good, and if you know better than... If you know to ward those places, then that would be the skill expression.
Objectives. Otacon was one of the biggest additions to the Rift this year, and was a pretty cool, unique objective to fight over.
Please don't. Oh god, I don't like his tone.
That said, he contributed to objective fatigue, which many of you said...
I don't think there was objective fatigue! I think that's such bullshit!
And we agree. We wanted to alleviate this over time. We had removed the second form of Otacon, we removed the second set of grubs, but it really wasn't enough. So, just like Zehen did, we are cutting Otacon out of the game. That includes Blood Roses.
Why? I loved Otacon. It's fine, man. I don't think there's objective fatigue. I don't think there is. That's why I play League. I love the macro
And
of
the
it.
pedals with them.
That said, let us know what you think about limited time gameplay changes and if there's something you'd like to see more of.
But back to Otacon, his removal also means that Baron will go back to his old 20-minute spawn time. Welcome back, King.
Additionally, we're making all epic monsters more durable, especially late game dragons as you get closer to Dragon Soul. That should make it so that it's easier for teams on the back.
So dragons are more durable. That's going to make them harder to, like, well, we'll see if it's just the dragon buff they're updating or if it's armor and MR of the dragons. But it should make like stealing an early dragon hard. Baron at 20 minutes, huge. Love that change. I want that back. Is it 20 or 21 minutes?
But to contest dragons and other epic monsters or trade something meaningful on the other side of the map.
That's huge.
Finally, we're also removing...
I can see that, especially with split pushing. That change alone will make cross mapping a lot better. Oh, and they're making split pushing more viable.
Strength from the game. We like that they push teams to progress the game and provided goals to rally around, but we think we can create better gameplay systems that allow for players to have more individual agency over the games.
Okay, I have said this. I do think feats were cool in concept. And in game, they were noticeably good. They didn't feel broken. They gave something exciting. I don't feel like they augmented your your game-to-game experience a lot, which is what I feel like they were supposed to do. So I do absolutely love that if they're going to explore that concept, something feats like, that it's not going to be feats. Like, I'm cool with that. But it was a really cool concept, and I hope they keep exploring it. We're adding back Go Monster first, yes!
Turret.
As an aggressive jungle main, I love this.
Another way we're looking to improve sieging is with a new mechanic called Crystalline Overgrowth.
Do we really need to improve sieging? All right, Crystalline Overgrowth.
Which is kind of like a universal
Kinda like a
demolish effect. Crystals will build up on towers over several minutes, and when hit, they're consumed to deal an extra burst of damage based on how much buildup.
Cool. All right. I can take a turret.
This should help enable pushing windows in more situations, even if
I'm assuming it's like burst damage.
Behind or don't have the highest DPS.
Yeah.
Demolish will be sticking around, but will be simplified to a good old 3-hit passive.
We love 3-hit passives.
Turret
Yes. I actually think that's a big Demolish upgrade. 45 plates. Man has every plate counted for already.
Now stay
That's
on
wild.
outwards permanently and will be added to the inner and inhibitor towers as well.
They balance split pushing. Wait. Is that balanced? Is it the same amount of gold? Oh shit. Because split pushing, that means split pushing isn't going to be as we know it today. There are going to be layers to it.
We're doing this to create long-term piecemeal rewards for pushing. No matter what state the turret's in,
Huge change.
you're likely to mine some gold by taking aggressive actions. We're not adding more gold to the map with these changes. Instead, we're going to be basically spreading out the current killing a tower and splitting it across the plates.
To further facilitate pushing, we're ramping up minion respawn rates in the late game to give more frequent access to sieging turrets. We're also adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most...
Doesn't that mean more gold though throughout the game? That means more potential gold and XP. Are they going to split that? Are they going to reduce that?
Pushed minion wave in each lane.
And finally, Nexus turrets will respawn with partial health missing.
Oh, bro, but is that how low they're going to be?
The respawn allows a team to hold
they get
the base
plates?
for a while and not have to
No,
worry
they don't
about
get
getting
plates.
backdoored by a Twitch, but with a full health respawn, it meant that it was honestly incorrect for a sieging team to finish killing the turret sometimes.
Now, for our biggest change for next year.
Hold on. First off, I want to know what role quests are. But I feel like I appreciate backdoor plays not being able to happen. Easily happen. But I feel like you could do something better there. I feel like instead of them spawning at half or lower health, they could decrease armor so it's easier to take. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a big hater of the change. It just feels counterintuitive to having ever made the change. Just one hit and that's
when
it.
you load into the game in January, top, bot, and mid lane will now have their own quests that reward unique power, similar to the jungle pet evolutions and the support item upgrades.
You'll progress these new quests by killing minions, champions, plates, towers, or epic objectives. All the things you'd normally be doing in a game. You'll progress even faster by doing those in your assigned lane.
They're trying to promote. This is clever. They're trying to keep lane swapping from happening. That's very clever. That is a clever way to stop lane swapping in pro and incentivize new game changes in League of Legends for its average player base. That is a very clever idea from them. I love that. I actually love that.
If you and a friend or a stranger want to change roles, make sure you do an official trade in champ select.
Bet. I already do that anyways. I play
Step
jungle.
off top and bot carry relative to the other roles, as they're currently the two weakest. And as a result,
Top and ADC is the weakest? I agree with top. I don't know if ADC is the weakest. Would I agree with that? I feel like mid is a little bit weaker right now.
the quest rewards are going to be comparatively stronger for them. Now, let's get into the rewards, which will be granted in a new role quest.
We get a new slot? We get a new slot? Hell yeah! Okay, what is this? Ah, this is so cool.
Slot.
Historically, top laners haven't always felt like they have the agency over the games that they deserved.
I agree with
even
this.
if they won their lane, and that's
Okay,
something we would
fair.
like to change this season.
I agree with that. I
Upon
think I
quest
said that
completion,
earlier.
Top laners will receive pretty much summoner teleport for of the two summoners they already chose.
Oh shit, that's huge actually. That's huge!
Spell gets a lot stronger, giving a very, very large heal when you use it. In addition to getting a functionally free summoner spell, top laners will also get a bunch of bonus XP up front, more XP from future sources, and an increased level cap.
Is this not just broken? Okay, here's the cool thing with this, with what I think is really cool about the addition of what they call it. They didn't call it feats, quests. You can balance lanes now, depending on what you give them in that third role. What you give them in that third role. You want to make mid the strong role. Okay, you can buff their stats, you can buff their lane, and then you can supplement top and support or ADC or whatever with whatever you decide to give. And that third thing doesn't always have to be a teleport. So if they do keep this, that is a cool way to balance things. Keep competitive play esports from role swapping. This is really, whoever came up with this, give them a raise. I think this is really cool. Level 20 is not overpowered, strong, but is big stat still. Level 20 is not overpowered. I mean, is it equal to the rest? Is it still like 300 or 600 gold per level?
Now, to mid lane. A huge variety of champions can be played.
Because once everyone is maxed out, you keep getting stats.
there. So we wanted this reward to be good whether you're mage, assassin, or both, like Malphite mid. And upon completing the quest, mid laners will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade like the ones you could buy with feats, as well as a faster recall.
Rounding it out.
A free upgrade? That's huge. Wait, but is that it? Okay. I wish there were options. Maybe this is too much. I wish you had options of what to decide, like augments. Oh my god, that could be a cool augmented thing. Like if feats, like your like how jungle gets to choose red or blue buff, it'd be cool if you got to choose what your quest gave you. I think that would be really cool. Maybe that's too much, I don't know. For implementation's sake, this is enough. For implementation's sake, this is dope. Just to give it, but the future that it could bring, oh god, I hope they expound on this.
Rounding it out for new quests, in bot lane, we're going to lean even harder into the carry part of the role. So while top laners are getting bonus XP, bot laners are getting a whole bunch of extra gold. When completing their quest, they get a lump sum of gold, increased gold from minion kills, champ kills, and champion assists for the rest of the game. And you might be asking, well then what do I do with all this gold if I hit item cap? Don't worry, the item cap is going up. Your 7th item slot will hold your boots permanently, allowing you to get 6 full legendary items for extra hard late game scaling.
Jungle and support.
What? 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 The fuck is this? So you're telling me that they get more gold? Holy shit! Granted, you're gonna get more stats top lane, so you're probably going to have a couple more bruiser stacks and they're going to be able to deal with that, but still, even then though, that means they really fucking ramp up. Bot lane is real jungle focus again? Oh, jungle's focus will be in bot lane. Got it. The subject of that was for jungle. So what's really cool about Quest, and oh my god, that's another layer of this. What's really cool about Quest is that it truly is a fundamental, it teaches fundamentals. So you'll really focus on the fundamentals to get your quests done. That's a really cool concept, and for those who, for new players, of course, and those who don't, who already know, just refine that. That's wild. Whoever came up with this idea, fucking hire them. I really hope there's some cool jungle changes. We haven't had jungle change. We haven't had like changes to the role of jungle in forever, man. I really hope they add something because this sounds like it's just gonna be lanes. I'm really depressed. Jungle items have been redacted, reduced. I mean, and I want more. I want more. I'm selfish. I want more. Okay. There's so much they could do with Quest. Oh my god, I love this. I think this is a phenomenal. I think quests are a phenomenal addition to the game. It teaches. It teaches you to go for fundamentals, which for old players definitely could refine on. For new players, definitely can learn from. It keeps pro play from trying to go into different lanes. It's such a versatile way to utilize the game, and it's such a cool thing that they can use to balance. I hope that they add to it later, and maybe it becomes more like augments, where you can augment each game to figure out what kind of quests and rewards you want, kind of like. But if you, I don't know, I feel like they could do so much with this. I think it's really cool. I love this.
Jungle and support already have quests and rewards, but we still wanted to take this opportunity to make some changes to them. Jungle is by far the strongest role in the game right now, especially when it comes to
shut the fuck up. I'm not hard stuck gold. You're hard stuck gold.
Early map influence. So we're slightly lowering the speed of early game clears to give lane matchups a little bit more time to play out uninterrupted. We're also making it harder for non-junglers to steal objectives by increasing their resists and making Smite deal more damage.
I like that. Okay, I like that. I like that because there's nothing more annoying than you getting pushed back and a Cho'Gath R-ing the fucking Baron. There's nothing more annoying than that. Jungle changes are nice. I think you like them. I don't like the slow clearing. Because right now it doesn't actually change anything about the jungle meta. It just makes it later, which changes the meta, I suppose, but it doesn't change who goes where, why, what champs are paid, or how you play the overall macro.
Their role quest is still getting pet upgrades and PvP smite.
Okay, so nothing changed.
They're now getting increased gold and XP from large monsters when the quest is done, as well as bonus movement speed in the jungle.
Similar to jungle, we think support is
makes blue smite pointless if it's relatively the same. So you just take red or green smite and use blue smite. I don't know. We'll see what they change, because if they end up changing the meta enough that shifts the meta, I think that'll be fun enough to relearn. I like the extra gold. I think the bonus movement speed allows, because I think blue is the most broken smite right now.
Similar to jungle, we think support is already plenty powerful and has a very functional role quest, so we didn't want to directly increase their power. With that in mind, we wanted to give them quality of life oriented upgrades, so we're giving them a new slot exclusively for control wards.
That's huge! This control ward change is huge.
Discounts on control wards.
And
a little
discounts!
bit more gold over time so they can keep pace a little better with the other roles.
Yeah, they need that for
Overall,
sure.
we want
That's yeah. I like the tone of his voice in that, because that's not like an upgrade. That's definitely a balance.
Quests represent meaningful power spikes in a way that leans into the unique strengths of each role. This also allows us to delete the lane swap detective mechanic that we added last year to combat pro lane swapping.
Help with congestion or something? Did they want to delete that? I don't understand why that's big.
We'll be keeping a close eye on how quests land, so please let us know your thoughts next year.
But role quests aren't all we have planned to make champions feel more satisfying. We're going to bring back a few items to the Rift for each class, so give them some shiny new toys, including bringing back a few familiar favorites like
I love Akali.
Gunblade.
For example, we're adding
Wait,
a new
Hextech
Scepter of
Comeback's
Bonk
coming back?
Toys, including bringing back a few familiar favorites like Gunblade.
Hextech's
For
coming
example, we're
back?
adding the new Scepter of Bonking for AP fighters, which will empower your Spellblade Bonk to double your on-hit effects.
That's not the final name, is it?
I would like it, but no, we're probably gonna give it something in canon.
I do love bonking. Well,
I love
anyway,
bonking as well.
Even none of these names
Go
are final.
Nautilus.
If you're an AD fighter without a good way to get Omnivamp, you can grab Blood Sphere, which will give you some Omnivamp and also ability haste scaling with your AD.
Or if you play an AD carry who's really good at auto spacing, you can pick up Snowbow for extra range on takedown, plus damage amp based on how far away you are from your opponents.
It's one of the 9 new items that they can get excited about.
List of items? Okay, I'll check
Also
the
adding
items
crit
out.
damage back to 200%.
All right.
I'll check them out
I know
after
that
the
was
video.
a lot to cover. We're excited to hear what you think of all these changes as the new season kicks off.
And in case you're looking for even more details or insights on these changes, make sure to check out the dev blog that's live right now.
That's it from us on the Summoner's Rift team, and so we'll throw it back to Pablo and Medler, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Okay, let's talk about
That's a lot of Rift changes coming. Wow. Quests are amazing. I'm still sad that I didn't get more in the jungle. I'm still sad. I wanted something, man. After 20 minutes, getting movement speed to be anywhere on the map when you're a jungle that's proactive is going to feel so bad if the other lanes truly aren't broken as it feels.
this year. We've been making improvements to shorten queue times and make your matches more fair through improvements to inting and griefing detection. And more recently, we ran a test in late September that reduced queue times by 40% at all ranks, in ranked, in EU West and Oceania, and make 2026 the best time yet to climb.
So next year, we'll be also tackling 2 common frustrations: mismatched teams and long queues.
Cool. Okay. They're cooking. Let's hear 'em.
Something we want to address is visual rank disparity in lobbies as well. When players start their climbs late after a reset, you may see a bronze player in an otherwise gold game, which can feel particularly unfair. When in reality, that player was gold last season, but they haven't gotten back to that rank yet because they've had lanes when a player's MMR is higher than their visible rank.
I guess that would
this
make
will
sense.
let other players know
They've already
you're
explained this
climbing
before.
quickly and your displayed rank hasn't caught up yet.
We're also making changes to how flex and solo duo MMR are calculated. A common pain point
Man,
is
so
someone who
you're
is
saying
silver
I
in
can't
flex
just-
and say diamond and solo duo just stomping a bunch of games.
Baltoy,
when in
your
reality,
fun's
they're
over.
truly
I don't
diamond
think
in
Baltoy's
both
here, but
ladders. So this season, if your solo duo MMR is much higher than your flex MMR, the system should bring your flex rank a lot closer to your solo duo one.
Next, we're making changes to autofill. The reality of League is that certain roles are substantially more popular than others, and having an autofill jungler versus a jungle main can feel like an auto loss.
yeah, it does.
This means that quite often people either dodge to avoid it or hold your lobby hostage in order to get you to dodge. When nobody likes queue times, this is an awful experience.
Very true.
So we have a
Although
number
my
of
queue times are
changes to
great
make
because I am a jungler.
Autofill fairer, and to reward you for sticking with the role you're assigned when you do get. First, if someone on your team is autofilled, the system will try to match autofilled players by role. So an autofilled jungler versus
Does that not already happen? I thought it already happened. This is huge. If this doesn't already happen, this is huge.
filled jungler, for example. If it can't match by roles, it will then of course fall back and try to ensure the same number of auto-filled players on each team.
That's huge. I thought that already
We do know, though,
happened.
that even with that balance, autofill games can still feel discouraging when you play your best in a role that you didn't choose. That's why we're adding a new system called Aegis of Valor. If you're autofilled and earn a mastery score of C or greater, the Aegis will trigger. You won't lose any LP on the loss, or
and you learn to wait.
double LP for a win.
So for those of you who main less popular roles and therefore seldom get autofilled, first of all, thanks. We haven't forgotten about you. You'll still occasionally receive the Aegis benefit at the same rate as other players.
Because if you don't get autofill, that's crazy. Double? I'm getting 30 right now. Double LP is wild. Mitigated loss is wild. I know it's C or better, but that keeps you from inting, right? Isn't it like damn near hard to not get a C? Isn't it the base letter? You can get a D? Ooh, okay, so don't int.
Constantly return to the queue because you get enchained dodges lobby after lobby. So we've made a few updates.
First, after a positive response to our pilot test, we're removing the ability to ban a hovered allied champion, taking away an opportunity for a teammate to tilt off the planet before the match even starts. And then second, dodging a lobby will no longer allow players to escape autofill. It'll just get carried over to the next lobby. We think that the Aegis of Valor should provide a solid reward for sticking around and trying. So, I mean, come on, it's double LP for a win, after all.
Huge. The Aegis of Valor is making you autofill the next game. That's going to keep from people dodging. The matching the person with another autofilled is huge as well. While also doing that and giving you double LP for the win, it rewards you for knowing how to play other lane roles, even if you don't pick them. I think that's huge. I think this is good. People are probably going to cry about this.
And at Master and above, dodging an autofill will count as a full loss.
We know that this is a pretty big change from how we've dealt with dodging in the past, and we believe that this will lead to higher quality and faster games. Speaking of speeding things up, we're also speeding up chances.
Yes, I agree. Because when you're at a level where your lane opponent is so good at the game, if you aren't as good or half as good as them even sometimes, and you start playing against them, the game is just unwinnable. So I'm with you on that.
Timers and animations, which should save about half a minute.
I see what you did there.
Yep, I did it.
And if that wasn't enough, we've got one last ranked change. We're adding back duo queue to higher ranks, including Challenger, in most regions.
Oh, is this because of them cracking down on it, on duoing? So is this why they did that?
For so many people, League is better with friends. And in the past, we disabled duoing at Apex tier ranks because it so often led to rank manipulation. But because of the improvements we mentioned earlier, as well as the ongoing work on boosting and ranked manipulation detection, we're confident that we can bring back high MMR duoing without it being so abused.
I'd be scared to duo at those levels. I mean, I'm kind of scared to already duo in ranked.
So, call up your friends. It's duo time.
Switching gears, let's talk about Swiftplay. Swiftplay is pretty popular, and we think there's a lot of room for further improvement. And we want Swiftplay to be that place where you can get in a quick game, where you and/or some friends can practice new champions, or where new players can come and learn and get their footing on the Rift.
That means Swiftplay should still be somewhat competitive while providing quicker queues, faster games, and serving both new and existing players. So, we're rolling out some changes that should address the overall pacing, touching objectives, laning, and the jungle.
To start with, we're bringing over a lot of the changes to Summoner's Rift generally that were talked about earlier in this video, except for role quests. The first thing we're tackling is game pacing. Swiftplay games are actually a bit long, and the general consensus is that
Or you can rewatch the video on YouTube.
So things like long death timers, focusing on CSing and lane, and objective overload all take away from the promise of Swiftplay. So
I don't think there is an objective overload.
More often.
Now, while
Screams
some
in
of the
jungle.
Season 1 changes will help address this, you'll also start Swiftplay at level 3 with some extra gold similar to
Okay,
Quicker.
so you get
We're also
extra
rolling
gold,
out
level
Order
3
Key,
ARAM.
so
That's
we're
cool.
increasing the minion spawn frequency, putting
Minions are
every
faster.
wave after
Oh,
the third,
cool.
and introducing a new mechanic that we're calling Minion Frenzy.
If you kill an enemy champion near your minions, they'll be inspired by your actions. They'll get enraged and attack faster and deal more damage.
That's cool.
Yeah. And thus,
Oh, sun just starts quicker. Okay, so everything just quicker. That's really cool if you like Swiftplay, which I do. I just don't play often.
bit of pacing, we also want to decrease objective overload.
I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out if I hear the word objective overload one more time. I swear to God. Ah.
While the removal of Artican helps, we're
Does it?
also going to be removing the Grubs
I'm glad this is only Swiftplay.
and Rift Herald.
Baron and Elder Dragon will also be spawning earlier, with Elder spawning at 15 minutes, regardless of whether the Dragon Soul has been claimed. The game-ending power of these buffs being accessible much sooner should help in closing games a bit faster.
Yeah,
than
I
what
do
we're
agree with
currently
that.
seeing.
Dragon moving
fun.
on.
I like the
elemental
idea.
rift will transform after one dragon, and you'll get
This is all Swiftplay stuff. That's really cool.
swarmed with objectives.
Feel swifter without a.
That's really cool. I like those
Hi
changes.
everyone, I'm Dashi Jador, product lead, back again to chat about WASD, this time with...
Those were fun Swiftplay
Tech lead
changes.
for WASD. I'm right. Call me KT.
I call me
Now
KT.
that Worlds is over and we're getting closer to the end
I miss Twisted Tree Line.
of the year,
Dude.
in on the wild world of WASD. We've been
WASD!
on the PvE for a few months now, and in that time, we've caught and squashed over 100 bugs. All thanks to the feedback we received from
Just
all
no
you
one played it,
creative,
Matt. That's a
maybe
sad
a
thing.
little unhinged PvE players who've been helping us find, identify, and crush
Who's unhinged?
maybe a little unhinged PvE players
Never been unhinged in my life.
who've been helping us
I don't like the slander.
find, identify, and crush all of these pesky bugs. An extra special thanks to the players who are able to re-trigger the notorious new bug. Even beyond bugs, PvE
What was the new bug?
players have been giving us great recommendations and requests.
One Redditor recommended that we add an option to do a single button input to move at a 45-degree angle up and down the lane. It sounded pretty wild at first, but we found through our internal test
Imagine that Redditor.
actually saved a lot of finger pain. So it will be available as an accessibility option for WASD players.
That's really cool.
Going
Adding the
forward.
45.
Since our debut on the PvE, we've been continuously updating all the different facets of WASD.
Who? Best
We've made
50?
improvements to navigating around minions,
What do you mean
wall
best 50?
sliding, the new dynamic lock camera, and more. One of these features is a new auto attack system for WASD. With practice and dedication, you'll be able to weave attacks and movement, matching the experience in point and click to reach your optimum DPS.
Isn't it already
Our goal
optimal?
is to keep
Is it
WASD as
already
an
broken?
alternative control scheme at all levels of play, not just for brand new players. We'll be keeping an eye on feedback as well as our internal data to ensure it remains an equitable experience.
We've also been updating our dynamic locked camera. We've added the
None of
highly
this matters
requested
to me,
ability
really. I'm just doing
tune
this
the
for
camera
y'all.
speed to your liking.
Do y'all even use this?
Settings, we heard your feedback on wanting a way to scout ahead, to check for ganks, look at other lanes, and much more.
Oh, cool. For dynamic
So we've
locked?
introduced a new feature appropriately named the Scout Ahead mode. When you're in dynamic locked camera, you can hold your middle mouse button to freely move your camera, and you'll snap back on release.
Interesting.
These features, along with all the bug fixes, will be available when WASD goes live tomorrow in all queues except draft modes for now, as we want to make sure you can have a smooth process for your ranked climb.
Really?
Manual kiting over WASD?
Tomorrow?
Well, WASD
It's
will
probably
be
more
live
accurate.
in all unranked queues except normal draft in patch 25.24, which for many of you should be tomorrow.
Do we get a new patch tomorrow? I thought that was on Wednesday.
We saw your requests and questions about other features we've promised, like champion-specific keybinds and enabling many of these new features for point-and-click players. We're still working on them, and much more to come.
We're at the point where we want to focus on getting large to our much more global audience. Now, we still don't have the exact timeline on when WASD will come to ranked. We want to ship it when
Good.
it's ready, which means fair, balanced, bug-free, and smooth to play.
Good.
Please keep up the feedback and bug reports. There may still be a few stragglers out there. Only through our powers combined can we find all of them.
That's it for us. Be sure to check back out on WASD.
KT
when it's
seems like a
live
happy
and send
person.
your bugs,
Call me
feedback,
KT
and
seems like
best
a
misplays.
happy
Thanks
person.
so much for listening, and we'll see you WASDing on the Rift.
So how your pickums?
Not great. Bit too much hopium when I filled them out.
I know how it feels, but the hopium is feeling good. We don't know.
They have to wear a costume?
Not gonna be me.
I mean...
Oh, based on their pickums. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading.
We'll see.
Good luck.
Okay.